Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Jennifer Kwapis podcast. Today is extra special because I have my daughter, Brooke, joining us. She's 11 and officially a middle schooler, and she is going to give us the inside scoop today on what it's like to be a kid her age.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Brooke. Welcome to the podcast.
I know, I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous too, though.
I was just going to say, she sounds so calm, but let's see what she's like when I really start asking her the
My
questions.
brain's like,
All right. So I thought to kick it off, it would be
Okay.
fun to compare what life was like when I
Oh,
was 11
God. I already know where this is going.
versus life like it was today. So when I was 11, it was just so much more relaxed. We were outside till dark, riding bikes. Parents were not worried. They were hanging out with their own friends. And they were like, just come home when the street lights come on. Or like in the summers, there were plenty of houses I would go play with friends, and they were literally locked out of the house. Like, go play. Do not come inside. You are not allowed inside. If you're thirsty, get a drink from the hose water outside.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
Is it?
I mean, like the hose water part, but
Have you never drank water from a hose?
No, I have.
Okay, I was gonna say it's
Like when I was 5.
it's really not that bad.
No, but
We all survived.
I guess this one turned out a little wonky.
Okay, well, what is being 11 like today?
I'm always having sleepovers with my friends. I feel like we're always talking about the tea, our huzzes.
Huz.
Huzzes.
Of like a crush?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna need I'll put a key in the show notes so everybody knows what she's talking about.
If you know, you know.
Okay, so like we had sleepovers too, so pretty similar.
Honestly, it depends what friends I'm hanging out with, but there are some friends that I'm like letting loose for one of my sleepovers. Have you ever saw those people where they like pick a hoodie and you put your legs in the arm slots?
I've seen you guys do this.
Me and my friends did that, and I called myself Lady Glitter Sparkles or something like that. We all had this silly name. We're just running around blasting music, like just stuff like that. I mean, with some of my other friends, like we're just hanging out and talking. Like there's friends that I don't necessarily talk about my like gossip and stuff, but like not gossip maybe, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah, so like you have friends that you trust with your secrets and
Yeah.
friends that are just
Like-
around for like a good time.
Yeah, but like some of my bestest friends, like I tell them my deepest, darkest secrets.
I think it's good to have a combination of both.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes your silly friends, like if you tell them something, then like they'll make a joke about it, which isn't always bad. But sometimes if it's like something that's like hurting you, then you should probably tell one of your mature.
Yes, I think it's great that you have recognized which friends you can do what with and that you're okay with both.
I love my friends. Definitely in middle school, there's like so many people because of like all the elementaries combining together. So there's definitely more. I've had more friends in middle school than I have had in elementary, but I got lucky in elementary too. I have really good friends in elementary, and we're still super tight.
Yeah.
In
So to
middle
give the
school.
listeners some context, just got into middle school this year. So all the elementary schools in the area all combined into one building. So
Yeah.
instead of having just all of the classmates that live around your home in your elementary school, now you're in middle school and everybody in the entire district is all in your school. So there's a lot more friends to make and hang out with. But to back up to like comparisons, like you're not allowed to ride your bike in the dark or at night, right?
No, you don't let us do that.
No.
No.
No. And what about,
And
do we
people
lock
can-
you out of the house and tell you
No.
you have to play outside? No.
Well, one of my teachers that I know super well, she was actually being kind of real. She said that kids could get away with a lot more than they can now because they didn't have phones.
Well, that is on here too. I was gonna get into
Like,
technology. Yeah, we did not have phones, so
you
no
could
one.
get a lot away with a lot more than you could.
Absolutely, nobody
Mhm.
was tracking where we were. A parent could not call and get a hold of us at any time unless we were, like, at a friend's house, and
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
had house phones, not cell phones.
Yeah.
So, if your parents wanted to get in touch with you, they had to call the person's house that you were staying at, and you better be there. You better be where you
Yeah.
say you were.
One of my
People.
teachers, like, wasn't allowed to go past, like, a dirt road, but, like, right past the dirt road, there's, like, a candy convenience store, and all her
Mm,
friends decided to ride to the convenience store and get a
yeah.
bunch of candy, which sounds so fun, but, like, they got away with it.
People would get caught, someone would call your parents' house and say, "Hey, can I talk to so and so?" And your mom would be like, "She's not here." And you'd be like,
Oh,
"No, mom, no." She's like, "I'm not lying to another parent."
God.
So yeah. So your teacher's right. We can track you. We know exactly where you
Yeah.
are. You're not getting away with anything.
Nope.
Especially because what is the rule with your cell phone when you got one?
You have to check it, like, every month.
Yeah.
She checks my cell phone every month and goes through my messages, pictures, deleted files, and stuff like that.
Well, there's not supposed to be anything in the
N
deleted files, right?
no, but, like, my pictures that like, when you accidentally take a screenshot?
Yes.
Like, that's just, like, what are mine. Or,
Right.
like, a weird like, you were trying to, like, take a cute photo, and it turns out,
Did
like yeah, I have a few of those. God, you saw all of those.
You know what? That's not what I'm in the phone looking for, and wouldn't have given you a phone if I didn't trust
No.
you, but I have to protect you, and there's certain things that I need to
Yeah,
check
they're
in. I need to know the
the
things.
scoop.
I don't really need your friend's gossip. That's not what I'm looking for. But
Mm.
if someone is doing something or sending something that is not appropriate that could get you in trouble with the law, I need to
Yeah.
be able to see that
We've
and
had to talk
correct
about
that
that at school lately because to actually, in my school, it's anti-bullying month this year.
this month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So what are they telling you about anti-bullying month?
It was talking about how there was a video where they were interviewing a girl that got involved with the police because she was cyberbullying a girl she had a boyfriend. They broke up and then her boyfriend started dating like a popular girl and then the popular girl started like sitting alone and she started making fun of her bullying and they just said that she took some inappropriate photos,
Mm.
posted them, and the police got involved very quickly.
Right, right, definitely. Yeah, and I mean, cyberbullying is a thing, right? Like, it's so much easier for
It's
people to be
yeah.
mean to you, not having to look you in the eye just to say something mean and
Yeah.
throw it out there.
Even if it's not being mean, like, I've had friends who have, like, posted something about one of my friends. So even if it's not bullying, it's just something you wouldn't do in front of me or, like, one of
Mhm.
my friends, like, it's just easier to get away with.
Now let's clarify though, because you said posted, but you're not allowed on any social media. So
My
what do you
friends
mean?
told me.
Oh, like they have social media.
My friends so on TikTok, you can have the option in your settings to turn your account on only friends, which you make by they follow you, you follow them.
Mm.
So they have all accounts, and like one of my friends posted something, and it was kind of targeting one of like I'm
So
not
you
I'm
heard about this.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends were like, "Hey, like, do you know about this?"
Yeah. So while you can't get away with anything from a parental's perspective about being tracked, there's a lot more dangers and responsibilities that you guys have because of the technology as well, like we just
Yeah.
talked about with bullying
There
and
is so much more you can get involved with too because like a phone can either be the best thing or the worst thing that happened to you depending on how you use it, who you're friends with, and what numbers you're taking. I got added to group chats I didn't want to be in. I only have my close friends, people that I know won't do inappropriate things cuz I don't want to get put in a spot where like if
well
a
for
school finds out about a group chat, I don't want to be in that group chat and getting involved with that.
smart.
Yeah.
So you weren't mad at me when I started telling you you weren't allowed to be in group chats anymore. At
So
first you probably were, right?
at first, I am, but I definitely get it. I am being truthfully, I'm in a few group chats, not with boys. Just like, you know how it's like better, like if I'm with,
You have like your
yeah, my
close
girl.
girls group
Yeah.
chat.
So like I don't have to individually, like if we're going to an event and we are all planning to go, it's easier not to text individually. I'm not in big group chats because first of all, when I was in that big group chat, I put my phone down for like 30 minutes and I had 128 messages and calls.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was
So you're
bizarre.
in group chats with people that you know well. You're
Yeah.
not in group chats
The
with people
biggest
that you
group
don't know
chat
very
the
well.
biggest group chat I'm in is with my all of my close friends, and it's like 6 girls. I think you can imagine who they are.
Yep. I see it all, so I don't have to imagine.
Yeah.
But that's good advice. Good advice.
Yeah.
Don't just take anybody's number and put it in your phone because then you're going to be responsible for the content that they're sending you, right?
Yeah, you have to trust your gut. I definitely feel like when I first started getting those inappropriate messages, I was just like, I should just stay in this and not really reply and look at this, like just to be in there and be included in the stuff. My gut was screaming like, leave that group chat. I once did leave the group chat. I got added back a few times.
So
So
people can add you back in even after you leave.
yes, you can.
Okay, so let's get into that because that has to be hard, right? So, how did you get out of that group chat if they kept adding you back in?
So if I kept getting added back in, it happened a few it happened a few times. I just had friends that were in that group chat that also wanted to leave. So I left like around a certain time when they weren't talking, like later in the day. So like everyone was at sport,
Uh,
for
Okay.
example, because when you leave, there's a message that's sent to the group chat saying like so and so has left. So I left when no one was texting so they wouldn't see the message. And
Like, do you ever just say, like, please don't add me back to this chat? My mom said I can't. Like, you can
I
do
did say
blank.
that.
Yeah,
I did get added back again.
they don't care.
No.
Okay. Well, so maybe that's a good piece of advice. Try to
Yeah.
leave at a time where people aren't really
Yeah.
active. Okay. So, moving on from technology, what do kids like to do for fun these days?
Play games. I mean, it depends if we're talking about boys or girls, and what type of girls. I personally like to like experience with makeup, skincare. I like to talk to my friends. I like going to the park with them. Sometimes we play like a few video games together, trying to beat like our high scores and stuff. Just like fun things.
Yeah. So, going to the park, being
Yeah.
outside, playing some games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that aspect of it hasn't changed very much.
No.
We didn't really, well, there were video games, but they were like console games, like Nintendo and
No.
stuff. It wasn't
Like I
like,
have a few games on my phone that I play with my
yeah.
friends.
Yeah, yeah. So that part is different. And so I was going to say compare schools and middle school experience. Fun fact, Brooke is going to the same exact middle school that I went to
With a few of the same teachers
with a
too.
few of the same teachers. Yeah, so your middle school experience is very similar to mine, I
Is it?
would say. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I
except you
knew.
have some pretty cool classes now that we didn't
I
have,
do.
like career explorations.
Did you have life
So cool.
skills?
Yeah.
You
So
did have
fun.
life skills. I love
Yes.
life skills. I
Yep.
got burnt on life skills today.
Well, I mean, life skill, right? You
Yeah.
learn that it's
It's
hot
okay. It
and you
was
got to be
minor. It
careful.
was minor.
You're actually already like a really good cook. And
Yeah, actually, life skills isn't hard for me. Like, I think our
yeah.
end goal is craft mac and cheese, but it's fun to cook with friends. We have
Yes.
arranged seats, but luckily I got sat with some of my friends in that class. So it's fun. Like, we've made fried Oreos, we've made s'mores bars. Today, actually, we made an egg in the frame.
Okay. In
Yeah.
the frame,
Yeah. So you take,
in toast.
yeah, so you take cut toast and you take a cup and you like cut out a circle of it and you crack the egg in it and
You know
cook
what
it.
we call that?
But
Birds in a basket.
yeah. Ew.
Why is that gross?
I don't know.
My gosh. Okay. Eggs in a frame is the new term for birds in a basket. Birds, like eggs,
It was
basket, a
really
toast.
good.
It is really
It was
good.
really good.
You make really good breakfast sandwiches. So now you can make
Yeah.
us eggs in a frame.
Oh, yeah.
All right, mom. See, times haven't changed as much as you think. And some of the childhood struggles that these kids have today, we had the same struggles back then, just wanting to have fun and be with our friends and have sleepovers. Seems pretty status quo to me.
Yeah.
All right, Brooke. So now that you are in middle school, what would you say the hardest part is of being a middle schooler?
So I think getting more friendships also comes the higher risk of hardships in friendships, maybe friendships coming to an end. I definitely think some girls think they need to try and change, maybe be meaner to some of their old friends just to fit in with their new friends. And I don't think that is the answer. I think you should always be your crazy, amazing, silly self. And I think if you get a bad grade on something, I was beating myself down. And it's just grades. Like, obviously, focus on your grades. Like, don't just take them for granted. But also, like, if you get one bad grade, like a C or something, like, just work your hardest to try, but don't beat yourself up about it and stress about it.
Right, move on to the next thing, and
Yeah. What
all you
happened?
can do is your best. Yeah, and you can learn from it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you're so smart.
I know who I get it from.
So, talking about friends, tell us what makes a good friend.
Okay, so this is probably different for a lot of people. I think some of the things that my friendships hang on by is silliness. Like, I definitely think I am a more silly person. And I think if I just had a friend that wasn't silly, you don't have to be extremely silly. But I definitely like when my friend's silly and they're relatable. I need a reliable friend, like, and like a loyal friend. I don't want them going over and or if I tell them something like a secret, I don't want them turning around and telling the next person and that getting out. But I just want someone to be there for me, someone, and I want to be able to be there for someone too.
I would say these are all still traits that I look for in my
Yeah, I
friends.
think they're pretty regular.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I want someone to be themselves and to let
Yeah.
loose and have fun and not care what other
Yeah,
people
I don't want
think.
them to be uptight
Yeah,
and just like trying to be someone different around me.
totally.
Like let loose, be your silly self because if you're trying to be friends with me and you feel like you need to change yourself to be friends with me, then we might not be a close click because I don't want you to feel like that. So I think a friend that isn't gonna
Gets you
care.
and knows you and
Yeah.
knows that you just love them for who they are.
Yes.
Absolutely. Such good
I
advice.
don't want them to be afraid to tell me something or,
Yeah.
be afraid to, like something and maybe I don't like it, but
And earlier
that's,
you
like
mentioned that you have friends that you're silly with, and then you have friends that you can like really be serious with and share deep secrets
I
with.
think I'm
And I
best
think
friend
that's
yeah.
okay.
I
And
think my bestest friends are silly and I can still rely on them
I was
and they
gonna say, but some
like
of the best ones, like if you
are
even if
all
you
of
have
it.
just one, you can do both with. You can
I
both be silly and tell them all their things, and like their stuff is your stuff and your stuff is their stuff. And
yeah.
the friends that I'm close with, that's just how I feel. Like if they're
No.
going through something,
Like
I feel it.
and I like this happened a few times, like, if my friends are going to an event, like, maybe, like, a family party, and they don't have something that if their wardrobe isn't, like, anything that they love, I had a few friends text me and be like, "Hey, can I use this piece of clothing? Like, I'll give it back." But, like, I think, like, that's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, something today is got a reward for something I didn't need a reward for. At lunch, I was sitting with all my friends, and there was this girl at an end table sitting alone, like no one around her. There was no one at even at that table. And I turned around, I told my friends I'm gonna go get up and sit with that girl. And I got up, I sat with them, and then soon people followed. So I think one of the most important things is that if I didn't get up and maybe I didn't go and sit with her, like I don't think anyone would have. So I think be the person who starts things. Like don't be afraid to get up and go sit with someone maybe you don't know, like meet new people. But I definitely think be don't like follow someone. Like
Be a leader.
yeah,
I'm so proud of you. That is
I
oh,
forgot to tell you that.
I'm so glad that you just
I'll
shared
go
that.
more into detail.
I'm trying not to cry and be mushy, but honestly,
Oh
like
god.
more importantly than grades, I've always told you this is kindness. I just want
Being
you
a good
guys
friend.
to be kind.
I wanna
Yeah.
be someone when I'm older who people can like, whenever they're going through something, whether it's with their friends, family, something happening, I want them to be able to know that I'm here for them and that they can lean on me and they can tell me everything, and I'll be like a strong shoulder to them, like, I'll help them.
Yeah. Yes, you will. And you will be that person because you're already that person and you're only 11. So you absolutely have that one down.
But just imagine because if coming from someone who maybe I think a few years ago I was that girl sitting alone at a table. I think that like if I was sitting alone and someone got up and came sat with me, asked about how my day was going, that would have made such a huge difference. So
Yes.
be a person who makes that difference.
And people are always going to remember the way you made them feel. They're not going to
Yeah.
remember what your makeup looked like or your hair or what
Yeah.
clothes you were wearing, but they will remember the way you made them
And in
feel.
something in my language arts class, we read this story, and one of the things that said in it is don't be a bystander. Let's say you saw a girl, one of your friends was getting bullied by someone. That friend that was getting bullied is not going to remember the bully's words so much, rather than you didn't come and help them.
Right.
So, like, if you're just standing there and watching them get bullied, she's going to remember that more than
Yeah.
than the bully's words.
Yeah. You stand up for people
Yeah.
when you see
Don't be a
something isn't
bystander.
right. I love that.
Don't be a
I'm glad they're
bystander.
talking about that. It's important.
It is really important.
So you've talked about your journey with trying to fit in and that you experience that you notice other people trying to fit in as well. So how do you deal with kids that aren't nice or aren't being kind or give advice on how somebody should navigate that?
It depends who it is. I've had a few people comment on the way I look, maybe my size. I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with in middle school. Like, people don't realize that the smallest comments can make such a big impact on
Yeah.
your way of viewing. I think something that you really need to remember is don't let other people define your worth. Let yourself be let
Girl, I
let
love that.
make sure you are defining your worth. Don't let other people define your worth
Absolutely.
like, that's gonna be the biggest thing, which I have to remind myself of that constantly because girls can be mean, like
You guys, I've already done my job. I've already done my job as a mom. If you already know that, I feel so successful right now. It
well,
really is so important. And
yeah.
adults still struggle with
So I
that.
mom always says this. I think bullies actually bully people because they're insecure about something about themselves. So if let's say someone said, "You like what's going on with your hair? Like it looks so oily." Just say, "Well, I'm sorry that you think that. I like my style and I like how it looks right now. I like how you did your hair."
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because honestly, imagine if you're that bully. I think we've all been mean to someone. I know I have, and I
Mhm.
regret it. But I think, I mean, I've been mean to my mom. Like, if I had a bad day with one of my friends, I've come home, been crabby.
Yep. No one's perfect, right? We all
No.
make mistakes. Right.
Because imagine being that bully and being like, I just got a compliment from
Right.
someone. Kill them with kindness. Make them want to be
Like you.
a kind person rather than trying to tear people down.
Yeah. And don't you think that might stop them the next time they go try to be mean? Because
Yeah.
they're going to remember that kind act.
And you know what? It is some of the hardest things to try to kill them with kindness, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think in the end it's worth it. But if it's because I've had this
And then
happen
you
to
don't
me.
feel guilty, right?
Yeah.
You don't feel bad for being mean in
No.
return. You still feel good about who you
I
are.
think some people think that if you're getting bullied, like if they called you fat, it gives you the right to call them something mean back, which I don't.
But you
It's
do have to
easy.
stick up for yourself,
Yeah.
right? So
You
there
do.
is a
It is
fine
hard.
line.
Yeah. But
Don't let people take advantage
no.
of you or be
Yeah.
mean to you, but also,
I know sometimes the hardest things are friends backstabbing you. If your friend is turning around and talking bad about you,
mhm,
just ask if they're okay, ask if something's going on at home.
yeah, you don't know what they're
Like,
going through,
even if you're going through something at home, I don't think you should be
right?
talking bad about me behind my back because it's happened. And I think every girl is going to go through it, whether you're the kindest person in the world to the meanest person in the world to just in between. It's going to happen.
It is gonna happen, but I like how you said you go to them first and have the
Yeah.
conversation with them about it because
Like, if a
everybody
friend,
makes
yeah,
mistakes, and hopefully they say, "Oh my gosh, Brooke, I was
I'm
having a
so
really bad
sorry.
day. It's
Yeah.
not an excuse, and I'm sorry." Right? That's the response you're looking for, and you can forgive people for that,
Because
right?
if let's say one of your other friends came up to you and say, "So and so is saying this about you," try not to go to that friend that just told you and then be like, "Oh yeah, well, I don't like your outfit today," because most likely they're gonna turn around, they're gonna tell that person about
Right.
it, and
Right.
it's just gonna create bigger
Worse.
conflict.
It's
Just
gonna
say,
snow.
"Thank you for informing me. I'll talk to her after school," and then if she is being really nasty to you, then just like I said, don't let them define your worth. Like, you're better than that. You deserve better than that.
Absolutely. Oh, that was such good advice, middle school advice.
I
I
didn't
think
think I was that wise,
I
guys.
was gonna ask you more questions based on talking to the parents, but I think the parents can take all the advice that you've given and think about the way they're gonna talk about to their kids how to
Yeah.
stick up for themselves or how to handle these situations. And then kids your age, if they happen to be listening, they're gonna know exactly
Yeah.
what to say too.
And parents, a little message to you. If your kid comes home and it's like, Timmy said this about me, just sometimes you can say just ignore it, but maybe just let them talk to you and explain it to you rather than
Mhm.
just saying, just ignore it, like it will go away.
Yeah, don't brush it off so easily. Let
Yeah.
them talk and
Just make sure that you're a shoulder that they can lean on to.
very good advice.
Yeah.
Very good advice. It is easy sometimes just to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, don't worry about it. We're busy and we're going about our day and trying to make dinner, or get you to
Yeah.
sports." But it is a big deal. This is your life. This is where you
Yeah. Because
spend
I get it.
90%
I
of your
mean,
day.
I
So
am not a parent.
it matters.
I'm 11. I'm not a parent, and I can only imagine from how much my parents do that they're making dinner, they're doing washing the dishes, they're on a meeting, talking to a friend. I mean, my mom's recording podcasts and doing a full-time job. Like, it's easy to get sidetracked and stuff, but I think you need to make sure that your kids realize that there's someone to talk to, and just make sure that they know that
Mm,
you love them and you actually care about how they're doing.
yes. And I hope you know, even if it
Yes.
doesn't always feel like that, you are always our number one
Yeah.
priority. So we do a lot of things, but you guys are our number one forever and ever.
And parents, I know there are some jobs that are more demanding, they're more time consuming than others. Just make sure you're making time for your kids. Like take them out to dinner or watch a movie with them at home. From going to just sitting down and talking with them, asking about their day, just make sure you're making time for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good advice, girl.
Yeah.
And that actually is the perfect roll right into where I was going to go next, where I wanted to talk more about like our family and our traditions and ask you some of
Yes.
your favorites.
Okay.
All right. So, do you have a favorite family tradition that we do?
I don't know, there's so many great ones. Where do I even begin? Every year on Christmas, we wake up, we open our presents and we all exchange presents, whether it's one present to 10. As long as you're being thoughtful, that's always heartwarming seeing how they understand you. But I think my father always makes cinnamon rolls on Christmas, and they're always so good, even if they're just store bought. Like they're so yummy. I love cinnamon rolls.
So, what we do every Christmas morning, we have cinnamon rolls for breakfast.
Yeah.
And that was a tradition that Granny and Jaja did with dad. So,
Yeah,
he
it's
brought that
carried
onto our
on.
family. Yeah. Yeah.
I like how we on Christmas too, we always have all our family or try to have all of our close family together that love us and care for us because
It's important to be together, right? And
yeah,
celebrate. Yeah.
I like see
So,
one
do
of
you
my
like that we host it here?
yeah,
Do you like that we host it here every year, or would you rather go to different family members' houses
I
every
like it
year?
here every year because we have the same people and we have the family members that actually love us here.
I love that. I do love that. I really do. Well, also just because when you guys were little, you would open up all your presents Christmas morning and be all excited, and then we would have to go to some other relative's house, and then
Yeah.
we'd be taking you guys all over the place, and it was a really, really busy day.
It was yeah.
So I feel like it's nice that everyone comes here and you guys get all of your stuff and all of your people in one spot.
Yeah. I think knowing now that Santa isn't necessarily one person, I now look at it as a perspective of my parents knowing what I love. And I think I feel even more loved now that it's not just a random old guy with a sack of toys coming and dropping off like toys on our wish list. It's now like parents. My mom every year gets me something that I love. I still have Christmas presents that I got from 3 years ago. Remember that little pink dog that I got? That
Hmm.
royal dog? I still have that. I beg for that so much.
Yeah. So the magic
You
that your
just get
parents
me.
create for the holidays
Like
is
you, I think parents
all
most
parents.
likely get you, and I feel so loved because I love every single one of my presents and seeing that my family actually knows me that well and getting me something that I'm gonna use for the rest of my life or even just for my childhood.
Or just something you love in that moment,
Yeah,
right?
it's just so loved. Like, you could get me a gift card to whatever, Crumble Cookie, and I could be like, "You thought of me? Thank you so much."
Of course we do.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your favorite way that we spend time together as a family?
I love when we went to, what's it called? CJ Barrymore's. I think that's, like, so fun.
Yeah.
But even not even the expensive things, like when we watched, um, Holes and you got us the ice cream Stanleys, like, I felt so loved in that moment, and I loved hanging out with you guys. I think one of my all-time favorite memories, um, is hanging out with you actually every other month. we plan a day where we either go out to lunch, we just drive around, and me and my mom do a girls' day.
Girls' Day.
And I remember this one time, mom let loose. It was like one of our first girls' days, like as me being like older. And
What did I do?
every time you said, "Oh, mom, isn't that cute?" You were like, "Put it in the cart."
Oh.
I got so much stuff that day. Like, mom was just seeing mom going let loose. Like, mom was just like, "Put it in the cart now." We
You
bought
want
like
it, you got it.
we went to what was it, Claire's or something, or JC Penney. I don't even know where we were. And we went to multiple stores, and mom's like, "Oh, that's cute. Put it in the cart, Brooke. That's cute." Just seeing my mom in that whole new like girly form, like,
Yeah.
because you see your parents do different ways. One way where they're like caring
Yeah.
for you and they're your caretaker, and I don't know if it's for everyone, but I see my mom as the best friend. Like, if
That's
I
good.
come home from a bad day, she's immediately the first person that I tell her about it, and you know what? It's hard, like, I've cried in her arms, like, there's been hardships, but my mom has definitely been, like, one of the number 1 people that helped me get through it, and I think that's important, like
Aw. My girly. So hard to hug you, these big old
I know.
earphones on. Uh,
I promise this is not scripted, this is, like, coming from the heart.
I mean, I don't know if I could have even written a script that good.
I'm, like, trying to pull out all my
I
mature
know, she's gonna ask for something after this, I
no.
think. Just
I would
kidding.
never be like a Baja Blast.
There it
I'm
is.
joking, I'm joking.
Oh, well, Brooke, are wise beyond your years. I could not be
I'll
any
get told
prouder.
that if you want, but, like, do you see this beautiful woman right here? Like, I would not be the person I am without her.
Mamas, they listen. They listen, they observe, they watch you. It
I
makes us
think
so
if you
proud.
watch my mom's podcast a lot, I definitely think that you realize how much alike we are, and I think depending on how you are the all-time role model for your kids. Like, the people that you surround yourself with are, definitely them. My mom doesn't necessarily not let me hang out with friends, but if she has a bad feeling about a friend, she is like, "Maybe don't dive deep into this friend, like, I don't know, I just have a bad feeling about her," and she is most likely right.
Do you tell your friends that?
No,
Say that about? Oh, I was like, "Oh, geez."
girl knows.
Yeah, I mean, that's our job as
Yeah,
parents, right? We're wise
just
and
give
we
them a heads
have
up.
feelers out there, and if we just feel like something is off, I'm always open and honest with you,
Yeah,
though, about everything, so
no.
I'm gonna share that with you and kinda just give you a heads up. Obviously, you're gonna make your decisions, but I'm here to help you navigate
Yeah,
through life, right?
she's like my map.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Awesome. All right. Well, you heard it from the mouth of the babe herself.
Oh
God, she's
god.
awesome. She's going to be so much cooler than me. She is so much cooler than me.
That's getting there.
You are learning, my friend.
Yeah.
Well,
And I definitely think just one more thing, mom, is I think I've learned so much from my mom, like from what is it, the movie Twilight. I had no idea I would even remotely like that movie. And it's like one of my favorite movies, like 10 Things I Hate About You, like one of my favorite movies. I never thought I was ever gonna watch that movie. So let your moms teach you for the younger kids like my age out there. Let them show you a few things from their childhood. Maybe who knows, maybe you'll like them.
we're actually pretty cool.
But
Is that what you're saying? We're actually pretty cool?
just let me wait. I definitely think you can confirm that I've taught you a few of your favorite things,
You really have.
like Block Blast. Alani's, she has one on her desk right now.
Okay.
Last time we had a girls' day, I'm like, "Ooh, mom, these are trending. You should try these." And she got a whole case of them. She can't stop drinking them.
The summer I turned pretty.
The summer I turned pretty. Wednesday,
Wednesday. Yeah.
Block Blast.
Yeah. I mean, that's what girl time's all about, right?
Some makeup products.
Yeah. And skincare.
I got you a Summer Fridays lip gloss that you have now used all mine and need to buy me a new one.
Proof. I do. I owe you another one.
But yeah, just let from both sides, from younger kids to parents, let your kids show you some of their favorite things, and kids let your mom show you some of their favorite things.
All right, a couple more questions.
Okay, I'm
If
here
you
for
could
it.
tell moms one thing that we should stop doing, what would it be?
Oh, okay. So I'm ready. This doesn't necessarily happen a lot. I I think you've done it like once or twice, and then I think I told you about it and you stopped doing it. I think sometimes what necessarily not like my darkest, deepest secrets, but if I'm going through something or like I did something embarrassing, you sometimes tell your friends about it and then I don't necessarily want them to know about that. So maybe just ask permission because I think my mom tells me things that I don't tell my friends
Right.
and I have to ask permission if I'm
Yeah.
allowed to share that.
Fair.
So I think mom, same end of the bargain. Like if
Right.
something is happening with my friends and you want to tell one of your friends about it, I'm honestly here for it because I love all my mom's friends. But just make sure you tell me so I have a heads up.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
that
Any
is fair.
secrets should be kept between the people that they
Yeah.
were talked about unless you have permission. So
Yeah.
fair enough and good advice to give and reminders.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
Because
see
sometimes
you
it
as
can
our kids and really you should be treated as
yeah.
an equal when it
Some
comes to secrets.
sometimes it can hurt like hearing your mom tell, I don't know, like one of her friends about something embarrassing you did or something.
Sure.
Maybe that's like sometimes when I hear that I'm like,
Yeah.
but I actually haven't heard or done that in a while.
No,
So
I'm glad that you told me about
yeah.
that when you did and said that it bothered you. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But that's a good reminder to everybody else too.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else could I ask you?
Well, she's thinking, for same thing for friendships. Like, if your friends, like, I don't know, don't tell someone about that secret, then that friend can't, like, let's say your friend told you it has, like, a crush, and she knows mine. Don't turn around and tell someone unless it is okay with me. Don't just assume that you can and I can't. Like, if you
Yeah,
say something that I can't do, then you better not do it either.
fair. Preach,
Equals,
girl.
yeah,
Preach.
equal. Oh, okay.
All right, let's do a lightning round. So answer as fast as you can.
Oh,
Ready?
okay. I think
Favorite snack?
popcorn.
Well, I was gonna say pretzels with Nutella. It's like your new
That
jam.
has been my recently favorite one.
All
So
right.
maybe for right now.
Favorite show?
Summer and Pretty, duh.
Knew that one.
Maybe Wednesday. I don't know.
Ooh, but this
Wednesday,
one
like
ahead. I
their
gotta catch
last
up.
season, Mom.
I
You need
gotta
to
catch
watch
up.
their last season.
Okay. All right. I'm on it.
You can watch it tonight.
Funniest thing mom does. I'm scared of this answer.
Sometimes she does like a funny dance, like, or like if I said something weird, she says it in the weirdest voice possible.
Okay, I said one thing. Moving on. One house rule you would change if you could. I stumped
Um,
you? I thought for sure you'd
I
have
have a few, but like it's hard because okay, so maybe
my rules aren't that bad.
yeah, they're really not. Cause you listen to me. And I think maybe social media. Hear me out. I definitely get your part, and I don't want to show my face like online to people I don't know. If I was like,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, allowed. Well, like, hi guys. I meant like if I was allowed to have TikTok, which I'm not. My friend said that there's a setting where you have the option to only like, private accounts where only your friends. And I want to be like, do TikTok dances and post and let my friends see it and like, do get readies with me's and be able to post that and like my friends see it. I don't want other people seeing it, but I also want to maybe get TikTok and make it on only friends allowed because I feel like that's just girlhood. Like, like maybe you don't get it, but like I want to be able to do get readies with me's and be relatable on a channel where my friends can see it only.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're 18. Okay. So, dream job when you grow up. What do you want to do?
I think I wanna be a cosmetologist.
Yeah. Hair and makeup?
Yeah, or like a facials because I always do facials on my mom and my dad.
You're good at it. I'm like esthetician.
So, like, one of my favorite memories too is, like, doing facials on dad because I always make him look so
Or you're
embarrassing.
really, really smart. So you could actually be a dermatologist, which is like
Yeah.
a doctor for skin.
Yeah, that is true.
That would be a good one. No more veterinarian.
I do wanna be a veterinarian, but I
A
also don't
vegetarian?
but I also don't wanna be the one to put dogs down. Like, seeing those families cry, I'm
I
like,
know. That is.
"Oh." Because that's gonna burden me for the rest of the day. Like, if I have
Yeah.
to put a dog down and I have to see their family cry, or, like, you're trying to save a dog and they end up dying, I would just feel very burdened with that. So, yes, there are some upsides to being a veterinarian as there are for many jobs, but I think veterinarian is definitely hard also being a doctor, like, because their life is in your hands. So I just don't wanna feel burdened with that for the rest of my
That's
life.
fair. That's fair. This was so great, I think,
I
for
know.
me and hopefully everybody
Guys,
else. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. You survived
I did survive.
and you
My
thrived.
hands are maybe a little sweaty, but I survived.
Mine are too, if it makes you feel any better. And I do this regularly. Well, mamas, I hope that this conversation was enlightening for you from your kid side and from the perspective of just being a mom. It is so important to talk with your kids and know about what's going on in their day-to-day
Yeah.
life and being that shoulder to lean on and that ear to listen to the things that are going on. It may seem very small because you know the big picture of it and it's only this moment in time, but to them it can feel very heavy and like their whole little world is
And
crashing down. So,
kids, because I know a few of my friends watching it. Hi, friends. I hope this helped you because I know maybe a few of you have told me about some hard things with your parents. So I hope maybe this helps with that. And if you want me on the podcast again, tell my mom and give us some questions to answer and stuff and talk about.
all right. Well, there it is. And if you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who might also enjoy it or has a
Yeah.
kid around this age
Like,
so that they
she
could
is
be
a
enlightened.
wonderful woman and she should be famous. Like, make her famous.
Famous.
Her life goal with this podcast is to help people. So,
It is. That's exactly why I'm here. Share my stories and hopefully help somebody. Well, until next time, I hope
bye,
this was great. We'll see
guys.
you next time.
Bye.